All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to a new month of still plenty of time left in summer. Let's not freak out about it. Plenty of good things to still come, right? But with a new month comes a new topic. And as I hinted at last week, caring for others is our focus this week because we value our support network caring for us. This month, we want to talk about how to kind of pour back into the people we depend on. So it kind of builds everybody up, and we're ready to go for whatever might come in our life or their lives, and move from there. So three things on Monday writing about. First is just how to be kind of a attentive listener, right? How to stay engaged and do that because people will know if you're paying attention or not. And can you remove all distractions? And a great way to let people know that you are being attentive is to generally not ask any questions, right? Just to let them flow, to be able to, not talk about yourself and just keep asking them questions about themselves so that they know you're engaged and ready to go. The other part of that is being attentive in the fact of summarizing what they're saying. Like you're able to gather that information, pull it together, and repeat it or report it back to them. Those are two different aspects that really lead to the final one I talked about of being heard, acknowledged, and understood. Mentioned it last week in the course of reducing stress and how it helps people. This week it's mentioned because it really helps people feel valuable and worthy to you. And that's essential for our support network to feel that way. So if you can listen well, be attentive to what they're saying, and be able to help them feel heard and acknowledged, that support network, those people are going to feel much better when you come around, and that's important. It even leads to a couple of the exercises this week. First one was just to thank somebody in your support network. Maybe they've done something for you recently, said something for you, helped you out in some way. Don't let a day go by without messaging them, talking to them, returning the favor, whatever else you can do. And maybe the harder exercise is practice summarizing in a conversation with someone. They may look at you funny and say, "What in the world are you doing?" Feel free to blame me in the gym, but it's a skill that just helps. Because when they can get to the end of really talking about something very significant or difficult or painful, and you're able to summarize for them what the kind of full picture is, they will feel heard and it will deepen that relationship. And that's a key point of making sure our support network is good and they can trust us. Thinking about this month, I thought it would be valuable just to share on my kind of Wednesday morning facts instead of something that's random from the internet or silly, just to kind of go through different recommendations all month long that are helpful ways to care for others, no matter what the situation is around us. So I'll kick off 5 this week, and we'll talk about more each week as we go. But here's the ones for today. First is offer your time to meet with people when it's convenient for them and inconvenient for you. Because if they're going through something difficult, they don't have any convenient times. And you have more control over your schedule. So even if they're like, "I only can meet at 9:30 on Tuesday nights," and saying this is a 5 a.m. class, you should say, "Yes, sounds good. I'll be there." And if it takes an hour or two, yeah, you go to bed late, but you probably come home feeling like you did something well, and you are maybe a little sleep deprived to get up early the next day. But it really is valuable when you are making sure you align your schedule with someone else when it's convenient for them, even if it's inconvenient for you. Second, realize that addressing a practical need really does save some time and energy for somebody else. When they're dealing with major big things, little tasks become annoying and they become something that just gets pushed aside because it's prioritization for the big stuff. So if you think of some random, nice, kind, positive act to be able to do, it probably takes some pressure off that other person as they go through something significant. Also, don't change your pattern of communication with people when they're going through something unusual or difficult or hard. Because if you pull back because you're trying to be kind or you don't want to pressure them, well, they feel a bigger void with that. Maybe you change the tone or the context of what you talk about or how you joke, but to stay connected, to keep asking questions would be really good so they don't feel more isolated. Even if someone's struggling far away, feel free to pass on resources to them. A name of someone you know, a resource, a website you came across, that even if you're sending information because you can't do anything for them or you can't meet with them directly, information goes a long way as well. And then finally, Build it into your routine that well after whatever event they're going through, hard time, transition, maybe it was just something new that they've never been through before, be sure to follow up with them regularly afterwards. Maybe it's once a month, maybe it's weekly, but you will move on much faster than that person does. So when you build it into your schedule, it's a nice pause to come back and make sure you're taking care of that other person. So that leads us to our questions for today. When you think about this topic, the first question is, what are some creative ways that you've heard people taking care of others? Or maybe someone had a creative way that they took care of you. They did something kind or compassionate for you that you appreciated, or you've heard someone do it for somebody else. Anything come to mind when you think about that question? Yeah.
My friend Austin's mom passed away, and their house just got messy, and he was complaining about it at work. And so me and another guy paid for my friend to clean his house. She has a house cleaning business, and he was on vacation, and so the one friend was watching the house anyway. And so then they came home to a totally clean house, and just like the mental space that freed up for them was crazy.
That's a great example. Yeah. Helping someone have their house clean when they don't realize it or not expecting it does create that space, makes them feel better. It's a great example of an answer. Any others?
Have the day organized so you don't have to think about it. Like my daughter did that once when I wasn't in the right place, and she came over in the morning and she had a list of everything we were going to do for that day, so I just didn't even have to mentally think.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Someone takes the lead for a day and make sure everything gets taken care of. Yeah. Allows you to follow instead of think. Yeah, that's good. Any others? Great examples. The follow-up question is probably built on a little bit more. Maybe this is harder to identify. Is there something someone's done for you that showed compassion, but they didn't use any words whatsoever? They did it without you knowing, or they just took care of it without asking, or they didn't say anything to you, but it just meant a lot based on something they did, an action, a gift maybe. Anything like that come to mind? Yeah.
I had this friend who's kind of an acquaintance, but found out that our family was all sick, and she just stopped by, dropped off a bunch of oranges and some tea, and left it, and then sent me a message later and said, "Did you find something on your porch?" But didn't say a word about it, and I didn't know where it came from at first. It almost made me cry just seeing a bunch of oranges, like who knew oranges tasted.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And maybe that person follows up because it's just to make sure that the nutrition is coming. But what a kind thing. 5 minutes out of someone's way, or an extra grabbing into the grocery cart and to do it and drop it off is really good. Any others? Something to think about as you go through. It's a nice thing to be able to do, because sometimes we don't know what to say or what to do for people. But those small gestures, those small actions really do have a powerful impact. So some final comments about why caring for others is powerful. I think when you are acting in that selfless way and doing something for somebody, it's like that spark for their passion to kind of return. Even if it's that little task that they took care of, maybe that was the final, like, just barrier that was in the way of them feeling like they could start to do something again. And you don't know what that might be. So small actions might help someone recover their passion for energy to take care of something or to deal with something. When you are a good listener, when you are helping them process things, I think what it does is it takes this jumble of thoughts in someone's head and it kind of lays it out in a much straighter pattern, which makes it easier to have thoughts of clarity, makes it easier to come up with a plan, makes it easier to know what to do next, and that makes a big difference in a challenging situation. And finally, I think that those gestures, even the examples you guys have given, is it helps improve energy a little bit, that then probably can be redirected to some self-care. That when people are able to not have to spend time on external things, even if they're mild, moderate, or severe, when they have extra energy, that's a really nice opportunity for them to return that back to themselves. Spend a little time resting, or having that extra energy to make a meal for themselves, or just to rest when they need it during the day, or go to bed early, or whatever it might be. That's the power of that service to others in that way. So a good week to kick off an important month, caring for others. Next week we'll come back and we'll talk about availability and vulnerability, two other words that really do help build those relationships. It'll be a good month to just keep empowering everybody to pour into your support network so it can pour into you when you need it. So nice to see everybody. Have a good workout, a good week, and look forward to next time. Thanks.